Well, guys, on a show I did not long ago, I talked about Italy and how I thought that this problem with Italy will bring the European Union down, but I thought that it would be dragged out because Italy will keep putting in new budget proposals, and the European Union would keep rejecting Italy's budget proposals, and then by the time they send a proposal this way and then they send it back that way, time goes by, generally weeks or months, while they wrangle over these budget proposals, and then it finally escalates into a situation that's intolerable. I thought that this could take a long time, but it seems as though it might unfold much quicker, and there's a way and reason why it might unfold much quicker, and it has to do with the Italian bonds. Uh, now, uh, if these bonds in Italy are downgraded below investment grade, the Italian bonds, then the Italian banks would no longer be able to use them as collateral to tap cheap credit from the European Central Bank. This is a huge problem because they would lose their source of funding that they are using to keep doing business with the troubled banks in Italy if this happens. So the credit rating agencies are actually, they know this, and this could bring Italy down a lot quicker even before the wrangling is over. Because, let's put it this way, the Italian bond yields could rise dramatically before the wrangling is done. The wrangling could, between Italy and the European Union, could make the situation, procrastinate the situation quite a ways into the future. But let's turn the charts off, and I'll show you charts on, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. Let's see. Italy escapes a second rating downgrade a week after Moody's. Italy avoided a second rating downgrade in a week as S&P Global Ratings decided only to lower its outlook on the nation's creditworthiness amidst market unease. Now, I smell a rat here, guys. I smell a rat with the rating agencies here. Why I smell a rat is I think they're being extremely lenient with Italy. They don't want to downgrade Italy because they know that if these bonds go to a certain level, that what's going to happen. And so the nation's creditworthiness, they are protecting Italy. They're protecting the nation's creditworthiness, when the real truth of the matter is that Italy, in my estimation of the situation, shouldn't have any creditworthiness whatsoever, because they're a country that's so deep in debt that they're worse than Greece, but their bonds are staying, I think, under 4% for a 10-year Italian bond. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, and these credit agencies are working to help keep Italy having a good credit rating. Why? The question is why, and this is where I smell a rat. It says the move, while less dramatic than had been expected, still leaves the country at risk of a credit rating cut. The BBB grade, 2 levels above junk, now has a negative outlook. So see, what they've done is they've kept the BBB grade, which is only 2 levels above junk, but they've given it a negative outlook. What are they trying to do? You either lower it or you don't. You either take it down from BBB, right? Or you don't. And they didn't. They just said, okay, we now have given a negative outlook. It says, just a week ago, Moody's Investor Service took a more drastic step, downgrading Italy to one notch above non-investment grade. So there you got it right there. One notch. And look at them. They're keeping from giving Moody's that one extra notch because they know what would happen. It would be meltdown time of the world's economy if they give Moody's that one extra notch. If they downgrade Italy, because Italy is the fourth largest economy in the European Union. And you have to understand something. It's too big for its banking system to go down. They owe too much money, the banking system in Italy. Now, if the Italian banking system were to actually go down, a lot of these other banks in Europe have extended loans to Italy. And if Italy can't pay them back, then they don't have that money for themselves. And if that becomes the case, then they're going to go down too with Italy. And so I think that what this is what I would call finagling. It's what we used to call finagling, that these rating agencies, I think, are finagling to try to keep Italy above water. They're being, in other words, I think they're being very kind to Italy when Italy probably deserves right now to have their country's bonds put into a negative outlook. They should be junk bonds right now. It says they're one notch above investment grade, and I think that they can thank Moody's for keeping them one notch above non-investment grade. If they slip below non-investment grade, it's all over. And they've only got one notch above non-investment grade. Now, how long, my question would be right now, how long can Moody's keep finagling and keep covering their eyes and saying that everything is fine with Italy and that Italy's bonds are still investment grade bonds when they probably know for an absolute fact that Italy's bonds are junk? It says Italian bonds may rally on Monday, buoyed by the prospect that both S&P and Moody's have retained their investment grade rating. My question is, why? Are they hand in hand helping and finagling to help keep these bonds at investment grade rating? This ensures that they stay in the global index. So I think that the whole thing is slipping, and there might be a point where these rating agencies can't help, so that they don't have any power. They might become powerless at a certain point. They might not be able to cover their eyes anymore at a certain point. At a certain point, they might be forced to lower that one notch lower. And then the funding ends for the Italian banks. I mean, I might as well say it right up front. If that were to happen, I think the meltdown of the global economy will have begun. Okay? It's as simple as that. And so this is the reason why I think that I very much suspect, I have no proof, but I very much suspect there's some finagling going on here to try to keep Italy's bonds so that they can be used as investment grade rating. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. And this is going to be the driver when this all comes together, when the world's economy sinks down the toilet, and then they try to fix it. When they try to fix it, when this happens, then they're going to have to fix it with money. And to create the amount of money that they're going to need to fix this problem, tremendous amounts of money that they're going to need to fix this problem. And they have to. What other alternative do they have? Let the system completely melt down and have everyone starve to death. So they're going to have to fix it. And when they fix it, they're going to have to pour so much money on it to fix it that they're going to just basically push everything over the edge into a hyperinflation. And that hyperinflation is going to be your driving force behind the cryptocurrencies and gold and silver. It's also going to be the hyperinflation that kills the fiat currencies. And this is all going to happen very fast when it happens. Now, I can't say for sure that Italy might be the trigger. The trigger might be Deutsche Bank. Those are two big contenders, both of them, in my mind, to cause this effect. Or we might not even get that far. The stock market might roll over and fall before we get to this point. And if the stock market rolls over and falls first, then you can almost be sure that Deutsche Bank and Italy will fall shortly thereafter. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye, guys.